are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The Northern Lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge. I cremated Sam McGee.
I think that one of the powerful things that he's done is to introduce kind of northern cultures and northern landscape to the rest of Canada. And that he's done it in a way that has been very approachable for a lot of people across Canada.
When I walk by Ted's work, I want to giggle, I want to be happy. It's just such vibrant, wonderful work, and he's like that himself.
I was born in a mining village called Wingate, which is about 8.5 miles from Durham City. And I managed to get the strap on the first day of school. I was dancing for joy to be at school, and the headmistress sternly commanded me to go to her room and strapped me for playing in the cloakroom. And that was the first 5 minutes of school. So it's a miracle I grew up to be a teacher. I finished the painting course after the army, and then I went up to Newcastle-on-Tyne, where all the Geordies live, and spent a very interesting year in the education department learning how to be a teacher. Finally, I saw this amazing advertisement. Come and teach in the land of the mighty moose. Weaklings need not apply. And there was a big fat moose peering out from the Times educational supplement. So I said to my wife, "Are we weaklings?" And she said no. And I said to little Charles, "Are we weaklings?" And Charles said, "No, Daddy." So I said, "Right, we're off to Canada, rah, rah, rah." It's the only perfect world you can have. Your own world. All these houses and not a politician in them. The Yukon is a special magic place. When I first saw it, I said, this is it. This is the place I've looked for. It weaves a spell round you, and willy-nilly you can't escape it. I went to do a degree at the university. I wanted my Bachelor of Education. I was qualified to teach, but I needed that as some icing on the cake, you see. And I thought, let's see if I can live off the paintings. I just took a year's sabbatical and I never went back. And I was 52 when I quit teaching, and now this month I'm 76.
My husband and I were fortunate enough to go to a class with him at John's daughter's school. One little boy, when he was asked before Ted was coming to their school, what do you like best? Because they were doing his type of work in school. And he was asked, what do you like best, the group of 7 or Ted Harrison? And he said, oh, I really like Ted Harrison. I think he dreams in color. And I mentioned this to Ted, and he said, what an astute child. And this boy was thought of as a slow learner.
I think the important thing is that those colors communicate how it feels to live in the North, rather than necessarily how particular things look.
I've had a very, very interesting life. I've been all over the world, and I finally hit the greatest country in the world. I don't care what anyone else says. I wave the flag whenever I can. I'm going to Britain in October, and I always gloat over Canada.
And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile. And he said, "Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm."